JoJo Siwa blatantly stole this TikToker song from 2022 for her new album. So here's a clip from the original. And then here's the clip of JoJo Siwa stealing the song and then claiming she wrote it about one of her exes.
It is about one of my exes.
JoJo Siwa's ex just went on a podcast and absolutely torched JoJo's public image, and this time it actually feels different. This doesn't feel like random internet drama or people nitpicking her every move. This feels like the moment where JoJo's carefully manufactured persona finally starts cracking in a way she can't spin, dance around, or rebrand away from. Because when you cheat on someone on live television for weeks straight in front of millions of viewers while smiling into the camera and pretending everything is fine back home, eventually the person you hurt is going to speak. And when they do, it's not going to be pretty.
I go, he's so funny. I love him. I watched him on Love Island. I was like, be friends with him, he's your guy. She loves a straight white man. I was like, he is your straight white man. And then as I was watching, I was like, that's not what I meant.
Kath Ebbs didn't scream. She didn't cry on camera. She didn't throw insults. Instead, she calmly and clearly explained what it's actually like to date JoJo Siwa behind the scenes. And honestly, what she revealed explains a lot about why JoJo's reputation has been quietly collapsing over the last couple of years. Kath recently appeared on the Mitch Churi podcast, and from the very beginning, it was obvious this conversation wasn't going to be watered down. The elephant in the room was JoJo's appearance on Celebrity Big Brother UK, the same show where JoJo spent weeks getting extremely close with British reality star Chris Hughes while still being in a committed relationship. Before JoJo ever entered the Big Brother house, she and Kath had been publicly together for around 5 months. This wasn't some secret fling. JoJo posted about Kath constantly. She talked about how happy she was, how stable the relationship felt, even hinting at long-term plans like kids and a future together. From the outside, it looked solid. It looked serious. Then JoJo entered Big Brother and everything changed. Unlike many reality shows, Celebrity Big Brother UK has live feeds, which means viewers aren't just seeing a curated edit. They're watching things unfold in real time, without filters, without narrative control. And what people saw was JoJo forming a very obvious emotional connection with Chris Hughes. This wasn't subtle. We're talking constant cuddling, massages, private conversations, long moments together in hot tubs, affectionate touches, forehead kisses, inside jokes. All the things you don't do with just a friend when you have a partner waiting for you at home. And while this was happening, Kath was watching it the same way everyone else was, on a screen, in real time, with the entire internet commenting on it. People started calling JoJo out almost immediately, not because they hate her, but because the situation was painfully obvious. It looked like JoJo was slowly moving on emotionally while still technically in a relationship, and doing it publicly. At first, Kath tried to hold it together. She defended JoJo online, she downplayed the clips, she tried to explain things away. And honestly, that's very human. When you love someone, your brain doesn't want to accept the worst possible explanation. You tell yourself it's for the show, it's exaggerated, it doesn't mean anything. But denial only works for so long. Here's where it gets even more uncomfortable. Kath didn't just sit at home feeling bad. She actually flew to the UK for the Big Brother finale to support JoJo in person. After weeks of watching her partner grow closer to someone else on live television, she still showed up. And that's when JoJo broke up with her, after everything, right there at the end of the show, after all the public affection, after all the denial, after all the reassurance. If there was ever a moment that summarized JoJo's emotional detachment in this situation, that was it. Kath then revealed something on the podcast that made the entire situation even more painful. Before Big Brother even started, Kath herself encouraged JoJo to befriend Chris Hughes. They had watched him on Love Island, thought he was funny, and joked that he'd be a good friend for JoJo to have in the house. Kath literally showed JoJo clips of Chris on TikTok, hyped him up, said JoJo would get along with him, and then JoJo emotionally ran straight toward him. That's not just irony, that's devastating. Kath admitted that during the show she stayed in denial longer than she probably should have.
I was dumped at the after party with Chris in the next room, which is fucking crazy to say out loud. It's truly crazy. Like, oof, there's a lot of processing that needs to happen, which maybe I should be doing before getting online. But honestly, I've been quiet on here for 2 weeks and I felt like I've sat in this. And I think now I'm at the point of I guess, some level of clarity that I and I guess we, people viewing, weren't crazy to what they were seeing, and that a lot of the things that were depicted were rooted in truth.
Which again, makes sense. She kept rationalizing what she was seeing. She didn't want to believe JoJo would actually cross that line. But it became impossible to ignore, especially because Kath's entire family was watching. Because this was a UK show, her dad, her sisters, extended family, friends, everyone was tuning in, and they were calling her, asking if she was okay, telling her exactly what they were seeing. Imagine your family watching your partner emotionally drift away from you on live television while you're trying to defend them. Even then, Kath tried to protect JoJo. She told her dad that she encouraged the friendship in the first place, as if that somehow made the situation less painful. But at some point, reality catches up, and then JoJo made things worse. After the breakup, JoJo went on Good Morning Britain and completely rewrote the story. She claimed Kath caused a scene at the after party. She implied Kath was overly emotional and unstable. She painted herself as calm, mature, and forced into an uncomfortable situation. Kath flat out denied this. According to her, they stayed at the apartment together the night before and specifically agreed not to talk about the breakup publicly. They agreed to handle things privately and respectfully. Then JoJo went on national television the next morning and told a completely different story. That's not just misleading, that's deliberate narrative control. It's a classic manipulation tactic. Cheat, break up, then flip the story so the other person looks like the problem. And JoJo didn't stop there. She continued insisting publicly that she and Chris were just friends. Except they weren't, because months later, they went public with their relationship. Which means all those interviews, all those denials, all that damage done to Kath's image were based on lies. Kath also pointed out something many viewers noticed. When Chris first exited the Big Brother house, he actually seemed uncomfortable around JoJo. He kept his distance, avoided prolonged contact, and didn't appear nearly as enthusiastic as she did. People commented on it constantly. It looked like he was trying to create space. Yet now they're dating, celebrating milestones, posting nonstop, following the influencer relationship playbook perfectly. So what changed? Did genuine feelings develop, or did the reality of clout, visibility, and opportunity sink in? No one can say for sure, but pretending that dating JoJo Siwa doesn't come with massive benefits would be naive. But here's the bigger issue. This isn't just about cheating, it's about patterned behavior. JoJo Siwa has spent the last several years constantly reinventing herself. From child star to queer icon to edgy pop persona to hyper-feminine rebrand to wholesome nostalgia again. Every era feels reactive, rushed and driven by relevance rather than authenticity. And throughout these reinventions, people get hurt. Kath is just the most recent example. JoJo's actions throughout this situation show a consistent lack of accountability, an obsession with controlling public perception, and a willingness to sacrifice personal relationships to protect her brand.
You have a Tesla that is completely wrapped
In like my 15-year-old face.
and it's like 100 of your faces. Why do you drive that car?
Those aren't mistakes, those are traits. What made this podcast hit so hard is that Kath didn't sound bitter or vengeful. She sounded grounded, calm, honest, and that made JoJo's behavior look even worse by comparison. Everyone already saw what happened on Big Brother. The live feeds exist, the clips exist. Kath simply confirmed what people already suspected. JoJo Siwa didn't just hurt someone privately, she did it publicly, denied it, rewrote the story, and moved on without accountability. And the uncomfortable truth is, she'll probably do it again. She'll rebrand, she'll pivot, she'll release a vague statement that doesn't actually apologize for anything, and a portion of her audience will forgive her instantly. But this time, the receipts are permanent. So what do you think? Do you believe Kath's side of the story, or do you think JoJo is being unfairly criticized? And do you think Chris Hughes should be worried that he might eventually become the next person quietly erased from JoJo's narrative? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into influencer drama, accountability, and internet culture, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because these stories keep getting messier, and this saga is far from over.